Now the moment you've all been waiting for.
I am Nate Riggle, and you are listening to The Way of the Bonfire. Hello, good people. This is the podcast where we focus on bringing the world together in the best ways possible so that good, hardworking people can finally stop waiting to make the most of their lives. And on this particular episode, I have an ongoing series called The Forgotten Secret. And that's where we focus on reviving something amazing that seems to either be getting less prevalent or is already mostly a lost art due to the distractions and the rapid pace of the modern world, or it's something that is easy to forget or overlook if you're not being intentional. And today, the forgotten secret is walking. That's right, walking. So there's all sorts of things that we can do for our fitness and for our health. And one time there was this, I'm sure it was a happening place back in like the 1980s, but I had this insurance agency that I owned in this kind of a high rise in Denver. And up at the top, you had to have a key card, and there was like this big penthouse gym, and it had a basketball court and all these things, but it was just really old. And so there's hardly ever anyone in there. And I would go and work out there sometimes. And there was this old Italian guy named Lindy that was in there often. And I want to say he was in like his 90s. And I just remember being like, Lindy, what is the secret to, you're just spry, you know, and your cognition's still there. Like you seem like you're 50 years old, not 90. And his answer was really clear. He just said, walking. And that always stuck with me. It was just, and he didn't really even try to explain it. Sometimes if you can get to somebody that will give you a one-word answer on something, that might be the best advice you get. It's usually when we have to try to come up with 20 different reasons or over-explain things like I'm about to do here on the podcast, but that maybe we haven't gotten to the essence yet. Anyway, I thought of this recently because I think I'd mentioned that a buddy of mine is down in the Caribbean right now, and he's been calling me and sharing his FaceTime video and talking to people that we used to serve down there 20 years ago. And there's this gentleman named Patterson that lives on the island of St. Martin. When I saw him on the video screen, I couldn't believe he looked exactly the same as he did 20 years ago, maybe a little more gray hair, but he looked identical. And he still had the vigor and all that in his kind of cadence and speech and all that sort of stuff. And I asked him again, I said, hey, Patterson, what's the secret? How do you not age? And he said, go on a lot of walks, go walking. And so I was like, all right, I got to do an episode, The Forgotten Secret, on this, because I think with all the different health programs and gym memberships and everything out there that's going on, I mean, there's all kinds of pills and stuff now that can really shortcut a lot of the different processes if you're feeling like you're out of shape and all that. And there's all kinds of complicated programs, and everybody swears that theirs is the best. But sometimes it's tough to see where you could start. Or like if you're out of shape and you're like, oh gosh, I don't want to take on a new program and then not finish it and not keep going. I'm going to be disappointed in myself. But I need to get out there and get moving. I've just started walking recently because of a friend of mine, and sort of these kind of recurring theme that keeps coming up. A friend of mine he's been trying to lose weight. I reconnected. I took my own challenge in the Footholds of Connection. If you listen to those episodes, one of them was about friendships and reconnecting with your friends. So I've been trying not to be a hypocrite here, and I've been reconnecting with people, and it's amazing kind of what can come out of that. And now with my buddy, I've been sending him, the walks that I go on, how long I'm walking, and he's been sending them back to me. So I have an accountability partner, and it's just kind of effortless in terms of, keeping each other in check. And it's just kind of a fun little way to stay connected. And just going outside in general is a good thing to do, but it's easy to not feel like you need to do that, especially when you can go to the gym or You've got a screen that can keep you occupied and make you feel like you're being productive if you just spend as many hours as possible on that thing. But the truth is, it's breaking it up by changing your surroundings and getting outside. And I think that, at least for me, if nothing else, has been a huge difference maker in terms of my mood and my ability to just keep energy throughout the day, is going outside and just going for a walk, whether that's a half a mile or 3 or 4 miles. And I'm going to be experimenting with this for a while now. I'm going to go for at least 30 days of walking. Again, I might not hit a perfect streak, but it's about resilience and shortening that gap between times that I've gone walking. You can look up online and see there's tons of benefits of walking. There's like with your immune system, your cardiovascular, and you don't need to go run a marathon. You can just walk. And I noticed that, yeah, a lot of old people say that. Maybe that's because they can't run anymore because it hurts their joints. But I've also seen the same people that go and run triathlons still in their older age. They still like to walk. And so there's got to be something to it. Just go give it a shot. Just start. I don't care if it's, you don't have steps that you're tracking or anything. Just go take 5 minutes every day and go for a walk. It's old school, but it's working. Go get them. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast today. I hope it had impact and meaning, but I really would like it if you work more on becoming that bonfire in your life for yourself and for other people, and start really going after that growth and that change that you've been waiting for. I promise I can help you get started on that at changewithnate.com, or you can go to the business website and we'll teach you how to grow in ways that really compound. That's at wayfirelabs.com. Either way, I hope to hear from you soon. Get on the calendar and we'll see you on the next one.